it like growing up as the less loved child? For 12 years, I wasn't allowed to laugh, eat with my family, or basically exist in my own house because everything I did triggered my older brother. I'm 16 now, and my brother Jake is 20. He moved out 2 months ago, and suddenly, my parents are acting like we're this close, happy family, but they have no idea what they put me through for over a decade. Jake has something called misophonia. He gets severely triggered by certain sounds. He was diagnosed when he was 7 and I was 4, and apparently he has a really extreme version of it. The problem? Every single one of his triggers was connected to me. My laugh, my footsteps, the way I chewed food, the sound of me turning pages when I read, even the way I breathed sometimes would set him off. I remember being 6 years old sitting in the backseat of our car, and I laughed at something I saw outside the window. Jake immediately started having a meltdown, covering his ears, yelling, hitting himself. My dad pulled over and screamed at me for being selfish and not thinking about your brother's condition. That's when the rules started. I wasn't allowed to eat dinner with the family anymore. My parents would have dinner with Jake, and when he was finished and had left the table, then I could come out of my room and eat by myself. Cold food, alone, while my parents cleaned up or watched TV. I couldn't go on family outings if Jake was coming, which was basically all of them. Movie theaters, restaurants, amusement parks, anywhere that my normal kid sounds might bother him was off limits for me. At home, I had to walk on my tiptoes. I couldn't watch TV in the living room if Jake was around. I learned to laugh silently, covering my mouth with both hands so no sound came out. The worst part was that I was just a little kid. I didn't understand why everyone was always angry at me for just existing. I thought I was a bad person, because everything I did naturally seemed to hurt my brother. By the time I was in elementary school, I barely talked at all. Teachers would ask my parents about it during conferences, and they'd say I was just naturally quiet, but really I'd been trained not to make noise for years. I spent most of my childhood alone in my room, reading or drawing, trying to be as invisible as possible. My parents genuinely thought they were doing the right thing. They never considered what it was doing to me. I was never taken to therapy to help me process living with a sibling with special needs. I was never asked how I felt about the situation. I was just expected to be the easy kid who didn't complain. When Jake finally moved out for college, it was like I could breathe for the first time in 12 years. I could eat dinner with my parents. I could laugh out loud. I could walk normally through my own house. But by then, the damage was done. I didn't know how to be close to my family anymore. I'd spent so many years keeping myself small and quiet that I didn't know how to just be myself around them. That's when my parents started trying to fix things. Suddenly, they wanted to do mother-daughter activities, family game nights, all this stuff we'd never done when I was actually a kid who needed that connection. This morning, my mom asked if I wanted to go see a movie with her. I was already stressed about exams, and something about the way she asked,